So you just recently picked up a shiny new Ryzen 5000 processor and can't wait to get it installed for your new system or CPU upgrade. But oh no, your motherboard has an outdated BIOS that doesn't support the new series. Well, let's go ahead and fix that. Hey, if you enjoy content like this, drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and smash that bell so you never miss another video. Hey, what is going on guys, Danny here, welcome back to the channel and I hope you've all been doing well. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can flash your MSI X570 Unify motherboard so that you can get it to support AMD's latest Ryzen 5000 processors. Now, I'll talk a bit more in detail as to why it's important you'd want to flash your motherboard's BIOS and ensure you're using the latest one, but first, let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. The method that I will be showing you guys is how you can flash or update the BIOS using a USB drive. What you'll want to do first is head over to MSI's website. On the top, you'll see product with a drop-down menu. Go down over to motherboards, and once you hover over it, you'll see another menu pop up, and you'll want to click on gaming motherboards. Here it will lead you to a new page with a variety of motherboards to choose from. On the left hand side, you'll see many options and filters so you can narrow down to exactly what model you have. For this tutorial, we'll be using the X570 Unify. So I'll be clicking on X570 under chipsets options. Here it will show us all the AM4 X570 motherboards MSI has released, and there it is, the third option, so I'll go ahead and click on that. Also do note that even though I'm showing you guys the process on just one MSI motherboard, the process is practically the same for the rest of their X570, B550, X470, and all the other AM4 motherboards. You'll just have some minor differences with menus and that's all. Now, once we're on the product page for the X570 Unify, on the top right hand side you'll see various tabs. Go ahead and click on support. Here you'll be able to download the BIOS updates along with other useful stuff such as drivers, utility programs, and electronic manuals. Since we're already in the BIOS section, what we'll do is just go ahead and download the latest BIOS version, which is 7C35V82. And it also states a beta version, but that's fine. Go ahead and click on the download symbol and your BIOS file will be downloading. Now, once it's downloaded, you're going to want to connect the USB drive that you will be using to your PC. Also, please ensure that the USB drive is formatted to FAT32. Otherwise, the UEFI will not recognize it and it just won't appear. You can easily format the thumb drive using Windows Formatter. Also, don't worry about having a large USB. The files are quite small, so even a 1GB USB drive will work. Locate where you downloaded the file from MSI's website, and you'll see it's actually downloaded as a compressed zip file. So just go ahead, unzip it, open it, and once it's open, you'll see two files in the folder. One will be a text document which will have specific information pertaining to the file, and the other will be a .82 file. That is the file that we will need, so just go ahead and drag it to the root of your USB drive. Just note that the file extension may differ depending on which version of the BIOS you're downloading, so don't be surprised if in the future you see that there's a different extension. After that, you're going to want to go into your motherboard's BIOS. You can do this by restarting the PC, and once you see the MSI splash screen, just press the delete key to access the UEFI, or you can just keep mashing your delete key on your keyboard, either way works. Once there, you're going to want to press the F7 key on your keyboard to go into advanced mode. Here, you'll be able to access more options and functions to tweak your system. For now, on the left-hand side, click on Motherboard Settings, and from there, it will bring up the Settings menu. Click on Save and Exit, and here it will show you various boot options and save options. What we want to do, and this is very important, is to go Restore Defaults. And it will ask you if you want to load optimized defaults. This will load up the motherboard's factory default settings as well as disable any overclocks and XMP profiles. The reason why this is important is because there's a chance that your OC settings could potentially conflict with your motherboard's new BIOS and could result in you bricking your motherboard, and that is something we definitely don't want. So that is why I always just like to load up the factory defaults before flashing. Click on yes and then hit save changes and exit. It will restart your PC, and once again, just press the delete key to access the BIOS. Once you're in the BIOS again, press F7 to go to advanced mode. On the left, you'll see M flash. Click on that and it will ask you if you want to enter the flash mode. Hit yes, your PC will restart and go into the flash menu. From here, you'll be able to select the USB, and on the right hand side, you should be able to locate the BIOS file. Select the BIOS file, hit enter, enter, and then the BIOS update will begin. It will take a little while, but once it gets to 100%, it will restart your PC, and then you can go ahead and enter the BIOS again. After the BIOS was done flashing, I was able to verify it was all done correctly, because on the top right hand corner, where it has all the system information listed, you can actually see on the bottom it has the new version listed along with its build date, so we know it worked. And that's it, you have now successfully flashed your MSI Motherboard's BIOS. Now, I just wanted to briefly talk about why you should know how to flash your BIOS and keep it updated regularly. Well, for starters, one of the biggest reasons why someone might want to update their BIOS is because they bought a new CPU as an upgrade. However, the BIOS that's on their motherboard is an outdated one which doesn't support the new generation, so as you guys saw, we'll have to update it to support the new generation. With this latest BIOS, I can now upgrade my test bench so that it will work with my Ryzen 9 5900X CPU, which by the way, I'll have a review coming up for it in the near future, so get subscribed so you don't miss out on that. So hardware compatibility is one of the biggest reasons why someone would want to update their BIOS. There's also many other reasons as well, one of which would be to improve memory compatibility. And this was a huge issue when Ryzen 1st Gen came out, where many people were having trouble running their memory kits with advertised XMP profiles. It was a mess, but as time went on and we get more mature BIOS revisions, memory compatibility improved and it was a non-issue afterwards. Another reason why BIOS updates are important is because they'll add new performance enhancing features. A recent example of that was AMD Smart Access Memory, where it allows the CPU to take advantage of the GPU's memory to improve performance in games. This feature would have to be enabled through the BIOS and was only included in recent BIOS versions, so an update was needed. Security patches are another reason why it's important to keep up with the latest BIOS versions. Obviously, you want your system secure and not vulnerable, and that's especially true if you're on an Intel system. And of course, there will be other reasons, such as ironing out bugs, improving system stability, and so on. I've just mentioned the main reasons why you'd want to update your BIOS, but of course there are some other reasons that'll come up too. So that'll do it for this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll be leaving useful links in the video description, so be sure to check it out. I hope you guys found this video to be informative and helpful. Let me know your thoughts down below. Check out the video description on ways to support the channel and for my other videos. If you guys are interested in more content like this, then make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.